Lord.
We was just sitting here talking about how tonight of all nights the Philly is getting waxed.
And as you say that, Harden takes a foul. Oh, he takes a foul from Durant that looked like he charged at him like a football play.
Yeah.
like, yo, bow off his feet. He was like, you weren't going for the basket. That's like, yo, when you running to block a cat from hitting your man as he running with the ball. Like how I got sideswiped on the field one time.
Yeah, that sounds like
the
there's
Ronnie Lottie cat. Next thing you know, my
animosities.
ankles are above my head. I'm like, what is happening?
All I heard was ankles were above your head. That's excuse me. Oh, he talking about football. Oh,
Bruh.
yo, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and direct. It is your main man, Coach Fa.
It's that dude, Mr. Lewis.
It's your boy MG the Great.
And we are your candidly cornering peoples.
Welcome to the Candid Corner. 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 Your number one spot for hip-hop, classic hip-hop, today's hip-hop. You talk about sports, you talking about Knicks, you talking about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here, Coach Fa, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner. Real talk for real listeners. Yeah.
And we are back in effect, back in the building. Once again, it's on. How y'all feeling tonight?
How's it going?
What's good, people?
Feeling kind of spicy myself, man. I think I'm ready for some of that spicy headline heat. What you think?
Let's do it. Welcome to Headline Heat. What's good, y'all? It's your man, Mr. Lewis, with the Headline Heat. I'm going to do it like I usually eat my meals. I'm going to go with the vegetables first, and then I'm going to come with the protein, all right? First and foremost, as we speak, I'm watching the Nets and the Sixers play right now in Philly. And, my team is down. But it seems they had to hire playoff level security just to make sure cats don't be wilding on Ben Simmons. He's not even on the floor tonight. That show you how crazy it is. Now, me personally, I'm like, it ain't that serious. You might catch a couple boos. I might roast him a little bit, but I'm not trying to harm nobody. I don't want to see no harm come to nobody. You know what I mean? It's just, it ain't that serious, y'all.
I think. Hey, you think they're gonna give him a tribute video at halftime?
That would be hilarious.
We were having a family discussion about that. I was like, if y'all want to lose your fan base tonight, do that.
That would be hilarious. But it's like KD out here trying to fight the whole battle for him. Like, you need to chill. Maybe you need to work on your hairbrush stroke technique first, sir. Like how your head look like the top of an old basketball court outside. That's another story.
That's been weather beaten for like 20 years.
Word, like some old blacktop. But yeah, next up, we're going to jump into these power rankings real quick for the upcoming play-in tournament of the NBA. I'm just going to cover like the first 10 because they got a whole list of like the whole team in sequence. The first 10, though, Boston at number 1, Milwaukee number 2, Phoenix number 3, Miami number 4, my Philadelphia Sixers number 5, the Mavericks at 6, Denver Nuggets at 7th, Memphis Grizzlies at 8th, Timberwolves at 9th, and the Jazz at 10th. I'm sure everybody has their own favorites and expectations. As you see, the Lakers are nowhere to be found in that lineup. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. What I really want to talk about here is this Brittany Griner situation. it's also kind of a continuation of what we talked about last week. Yes, we could talk about marketing. We could talk about profits and money that's not coming to the league. But this is an example of what the female pros have to do after the season is over to make money. They have to go to these overseas leagues and play. And unfortunately, yes, we know what she did was stupid. We get it, you know what I mean? But the bigger problem in this story is because of what is happening right now. It may very well, which I think they already are trying to do, make her a political prisoner, so to speak. And but according to this article on ESPN, U.S. Representative Colin Allred said he's working on with the State Department to secure the release of her from Russia. So, you know, America is working hard to get her back home. And yeah, like I said, it went from an episode of Locked Up Abroad to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? And so I'll just say, like, you know, prayers and positive energy to her and her family, and hope she gets home soon.
I mean, I actually got into it on Twitter about this the other day with a couple of people who were trying to victim blame. Talking about, oh, she didn't have to be there. She brought that on herself. Slow down. She went there to work.
Yeah.
That's where the work is for the people of her skill set. That's where the work is.
Exactly.
She went to go work. You know what I mean? Russia pays her $1 million. The most she get here is $221K. That's the most she get. They pay $1 million. Are you kidding me? That's where the money is. That's where the work is. So don't sit there and tell me if you know that you can go somewhere and make, okay, because the person was like, oh, $221K, that's enough for anyone to be comfortable. Chick, get out of other people's pockets.
Mm-hmm.
These are professional athletes. These ain't people that work at the Kinko's or whatever. You know what I mean?
You on 6'10".
Yeah.
Working at State Farm. You know, I love State Farm. I worked at State Farm. I'm not a professional basketball player. That's not the type of bread I'm used to seeing. But when that is the type of bread you're used to seeing, it's a whole different playing field. Yeah. So if you don't understand that as a baseline and you're trying to compare them to you, first of all, stop. If you could do what they could do, you'd be doing it.
Exactly.
And you'd have to deal with the same choices that she would have to deal with.
Facts.
So if that's not your life, shut up. You know, that's just my humble on that one real quick.
I agree, bro, because it's like, yeah, you can have your opinion, but if it's uneducated, prepare for them consequences and clapbacks.
You know, I mean, end of the day, if the WNBA took care of the players like we talked about the last couple of weeks, perhaps this doesn't happen. If she can make $1 million here, she has no need to go there and end up getting caught up in some nonsense in the first place.
Yeah. Right. I can understand that she was trash and she only could earn $220. All right, well, then you're trash. You got to figure out and make that ends meet. But this is Brittany Griner.
Exactly.
That's it. 6'10". She damn near dunking on chicks.
So she is dunking on people. She's dunking.
I'm just saying, she's the one who's about to be like, I'm just yamming it on y'all every play.
Yeah.
Right. We drop spin, we're going the other way.
Right. I mean, and if that was a dude, first and foremost, he'd be making 7, 8, 9, 10 mil off gate.
Facts.
Right here. But I digress. This was just your headline heat. Finish your fire, brother.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much it. As I say, they got the story running. You can go check the updates on the ESPN site, and of course, check the news outlets. At least around this area, it's on like every hour on the hour. They're talking about any updates of what's going on. So
right on.
Yes,
well,
they are.
Thank you for that, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah,
that was freaking awesome.
Appreciate you.
Is Philly doing any better?
Yeah, we coming back.
All right. Knicks are on the 3-game winning streak right now. Even though we've lost Cam Reddish for the rest of the season, he's got a separated shoulder.
Jeez.
6 to 8 weeks, but he will be cleared for contact and stuff come start of the off season, so he should have a normal summer. Right. Getting ready into the off season. So that is what's up. Mr. Lewis, I got one last news report that I'm not sure if everyone is aware of, but this went down in New Jersey, and it's quite the story. So let's just ease on into this here.
May Almighty God have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us to everlasting life.
Hold your hat.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this really happened.
You want to say, is this the new Hawaiian Punch campaign?
Yes.
I got a feeling we might know what happened there.
Now, if you weren't aware of the outfit, all right, this outfit, let's just, you see this man here? Do you see this outfit? What does that look like to you, ladies and gentlemen? My brothers, what does that outfit look like to you? This one right here.
BBHMM.
Oh, okay. I was thinking I was thinking Tila in the 90s.
Do you notice the Shuggy Bear?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I hear the music as soon as you walk up.
And here's the thing. I didn't notice this before. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, walk up to your TVs and look really, really, really carefully at this face. This is the face that looks like I know my assailant. You really came here.
I came to church in my BBHMM. Bitch, better have my money.
Now, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, this is a true story. Apparently, this fine gentleman here was just collecting dues that were owed to him for services rendered by said bishop.
Bruh.
Bishop didn't have his money. And I guess Bishop did not realize that he would come to church for his bread papers.
I guess she was kind of accurate on that one, MG. Bishop better have my money.
Yo, ain't no pastor alive gonna save you. You better have my money.
ASAP.
Hey, why did this have to be in Jersey?
Yo, that's wild, man. I mean,
well, it's Newark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it's gonna happen, that's probably where. Nah, no disrespect, Newark. Much love. Camden too, probably trying. Well, color places. Keep it a buck.
Shout out to my fam in Jersey.
Yeah, mine too. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with some more Candid Corner. And we have a new Wrestling Town this week, along with these other wonderful segments. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Introducing the new group, 3 Men with Mustaches. If you want to get your party on Italian style, you better come in here with a smile. Joe Pesci and the Mustaches.
Why do I want a sausage and peppers hero like right now?
Wow.
So Mike the Great MG in the building with a wonderful report on the MLB Lockout. We got some breaking news, don't we?
The MLB Lockout is no more.
Oh no, what happened?
No more.
Really?
So the 99-day lockout comes to an end. The owners, they ratified the new CBA. And they'll be starting a 162 game season on April 7th. To me, I guess the big question that's going around, will the fans notice that there was even a lockout? No, I don't think so. It's still going to be cold when they get in the stadium.
Right.
It's still going to begin around the same time. Nobody's really going to notice 162 games. So, hey, that's what it is. Spring training begins Sunday with a voluntary beginning on Friday. They agreed to a 5-year deal with a collective bargaining, another collective bargaining, the CBT.
Oh, okay.
They increased
The
that.
competitive tax.
Yeah, the competitive bargaining tax. They increased that 14 million, and the players under 3 years, their salaries go up from a minimum of 570,000 to 700,000, rising to 780 over the next 5 years.
Bang.
Plus, they get a $50 million bonus pool distributed amongst the young players yet to reach their salary arbitration. I guess that's where most of the bonus goes. Doesn't really, it doesn't really need to change on the higher end with the other players.
Right.
They're getting,
Yeah, I mean, they're getting their blue paper, so.
Yeah, they're getting it. Postseason has been extended to 12 teams.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not sure if this is just a postseason feature or this will be for the whole season. My personal take is this kind of sours, and I don't know. It doesn't make the game better. They're gonna play with ads on their jerseys with patches and decals on the helmets.
Well, that's just to gain more money. I get it. NBA's doing it now, so.
I mean, NASCAR, that too,
Yeah,
WNBA been doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a revenue source nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, from when they signed the CBA, they have 45 days to implement rule changes, pitch clock, ban on shifts, and larger bases. The NL will be adopting the DH, and is a draft lottery to encourage tanking. They're having draft pick inducements to discourage service time manipulation and limiting the number of times players could be dropped to the minor league. Free agency to begin immediately.
Okay.
So
a lot of little nuanced details in that.
Yeah, man.
Does it make a difference to a fan? No. Get back to playing. Let's go. Throw the ball. Crack the bat.
Somebody that really didn't know what's going on, you help break it down for me, brother.
It's no real big difference. I guess the biggest difference is going to be the National League is going with the DH now.
Yeah, that sucks. That's what I thought you were alluding to earlier. That's the thing I don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let your pitchers pitch. I mean, let your pitchers hit, man. Come on.
Yeah. So what about what's his name? Katani?
Yeah. Now that power he got is for naught.
So all of that is.
I mean, I can't lie. I'm actually glad Jacob deGrom is not trying to hit homers no more, because as much as I love watching it happen, what happens to his arm later on in the year because of that. Yeah. So okay, DH, hit it. We could always use extra hitting. Hit it. All right.
That's the lockout news.
So now I know I'm a Met fan. Mike, you a Met fan too, right?
Yeah, I'm a Met fan.
And Lou is a Pirate?
On Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, shit.
I'm playing. Yeah, man. Yeah. Whatever Jones rock matching my outfit. I know I just said that just to make my homies back here mad, because they be on that. Now rock my Phillies joint. Oh, so you want Phillies?
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, there's Phillies too. I forget.
Yeah, I got love. Like, you know what I mean?
It's fine if you like them both.
Born in Western PA and raised in Eastern PA,
Yeah, nah. Shoot, forget all these bullies, all these team bullies telling you what you're supposed to like. Punch him in the grill.
Oh, you know it's not like that, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I got love for PA sports. Period. You know what I mean?
Right on. All right, so real quick, I saw this and I actually thought of all of us and a lot of my friends of a certain age. And I started looking into the future. And this is what I saw. Yo, in their mind, they doing all the moves correctly. You know that, right?
Facts.
All the moves.
David, well, see, he think he pop locking. He breaking it.
Is that automatically happen when you get old? Well, watch me wiggle my wrist, fool. I'm in it now.
I'm telling you, this is me in the mirror now, so I know by the time I hit that age and my knees start hurting.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Did he just hit the ghost dog?
Yeah, man. I remember seeing this joint on TikTok, and I thought they was about to do an ill pop lock routine, and then they went to just some drunk old man dancing in front of the phone.
Dude, I'm telling you, in their minds, they was hitting every part of that step. It just looked like
Yeah, man.
But that's my future. I know it is. And it's just what it is for people who go to dance. After a while, we get old and the bones get brittle and we look like that. Hey. But it's the love in your heart for.
When I get to that point, I'm going to be master of the chair dance.
Yup. Grandpa, let me go home. My sciatica. Yo, so in other news, the infamous Combine. Now, the Combine went on for the whole weekend, from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday was DBs and special teams. They even had special teams out there this time, which was new. And Fred the Sled made another appearance. And it was, this is probably the fastest draft in NFL history. I mean, so many folk were hitting like low fives, low fours. Like, all right, so, dude, I'm going to run down. There's like 25, 30 names here. I'm not going to run them all down, but none of them ran slower than a 4.38. And, this is various positions. So, Kaitlon Barnes had the best run, the best 40 overall at 4.23, cornerback from Baylor. Tariq Woolen, 4.26, cornerback from Texas, San Antonio. Tyquan Thornton, fastest wide receiver at 4.28. Velus Jones was 4.31 wide receiver. Calvin Austin had the fastest run for a while until the other two broke it. He's at 4.32. Special teams, Nick Cross, 4.34. Special teams, Percy Butler, 4.36. Edge rusher, Amari Barno, 4.36. Edge rushers coming at you running 4.36, bro.
Fam.
They sound like them numbers just sound like they all probably former track runners.
Yo, for real. Then you got
I get out of bed that fast.
For real. Then you got Isaiah Pacheco, first running back on the list at 4.37.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So, dude, I mean, fast draft. Now, what's the name? There's a this draft overall, man. At the end of the day, this draft was deep. There's a lot of talent. You know, it's like there's a couple of names that rise above, you know, and I will say that some of the quarterbacks are trending a little bit higher now that they were before the combine. But overall, I think if you're drafting wide receivers, you're going to get good wide receivers in the second round. You might get a couple of good ones in the early third round, which is definitely going to push the tight ends to the third and fourth rounds. But you're going to get top. You're going to get some good prospects coming out of there as well. Dude, I mean, the running backs, there's a few. There's like 3 or 4 really interesting prospects as far as the running backs are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when you look at all of that, because the corners, there's like 4 corners. You're going to get the O-line are going to go early. And the edge rushers are going to go early. So that's going to end up pushing some really quality players down the draft list.
To some really good teams.
Right, are going to end up getting some really good players just by being patient and waiting. It's the draft is gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be fun this year, and I'm definitely gonna make sure that I cover it properly, you know, and probably leading up to it, I might even do a mock draft myself. I'll have some pundits come on and talk it off for us like we did last year, because it's always better to let the subject matter experts tell it themselves.
Word. Also, to add to that, I did some looking up just to see what my Steelers are doing as far as quarterback prospects, and there's a few veterans. I had the article up here. I lost it, forgive me. But there were a couple prospects like Garoppolo and a few other veterans they were looking at. But yeah, as of right now, there doesn't seem to be any clear-cut indication of what they're going to do. If they're going to draft someone, if they're going to pick one of these veterans and just play it out and see if they can get a high draft pick next season, I don't know. We're just going to have to sit back and see. News updating daily, so hopefully next episode I might have some more news for y'all.
Bang. So what would you like them to do?
It seemed like all the good picks are pretty much taken, so yeah, I would say call it a bust this season. Maybe they run it with Mason Rudolph, see what he can do, and then call the season a loss and try to get a high draft pick next year.
Okay. That's fair, actually. Takes the heat off for a season, too, so that you can properly rebuild.
Yeah.
And you don't have a quarterback trying to fill Ben's shoes right away, also.
Absolutely. Because, yeah, that's going to be a big position to fill.
It is. I'm kind of like, I've heard this go speculum about Daniel Jones and Mitch Trubisky. I don't want no Triscuits.
Yeah.
I don't need no Triscuits. I don't need no Trubiskys. I don't need a backup to come and quote-unquote challenge the guy that's already there, whether we believe he's the guy or not. To me, you let him have a conscience-free year to just play, and you see if you want to keep him or not. But to spend money to bring somebody else in to quote-unquote challenge him makes absolutely no sense. If you're going to do that, trade Daniel, bring in Mitch, spend the extra money if that's what you want to do, just literally to do the same effect, because you're going to realize Mitch ain't the guy neither by next season, and you're going to be looking for the new guy anyway. So my whole thing is, if you're going to end up at the same place, why spend money to do that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Just run with what you got And if we arrive at that destination, that's the destination we arrived at. But guess what? We got cap space to fill out other holes. That's just not the hole I feel like we need to be spending money on right now when we got so many other holes that we need to fill. But that's just my take on that. But I will have more NFL conversation because there's still the NFL Carousel. We got to talk about a lot of moves that happened. We got the NCAA 20 coming up, and we got another wrestling town with my brother JP, the franchise. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep hanging out with us. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more.
Nowhere.
Don't you do it. It's the fourth quarter. We're down by 1. No seconds left. And you gotta eat your breakfast. So what you gotta get is that RJ Barrett crunch time. That's right, boys and girls, it's crunch time. Get your wonderful breakfast on right before school. You're not gonna be late because the food is gonna just devour itself and just evaporate right in your mouth and give you all the nutrition you need because it's crunch time. That's right. RJ Barrett, crunch time, straight from Kellogg's and them. The folks that gave you them Rice Krispies and things. You feel me? Crunch time, baby. Go get you a bowl, go get you 2. Go win for your team, win for your school. Crunch time. He's ascending from Kellogg's and them. You know what it is. You know. So, yo, tournament time, brackets.
Yeah, man.
A lot of things is getting busted even in this tournament leading up to the tournament. MG, what the digger, yo?
So we got the tournament coming up, and basically everything is going to wrap itself up by the end of the weekend. Most of the conferences should be finished, but we already have some automatics, and that's what I'm here to talk about today, what's already established. So you got the top seed overall is Gonzaga.
Again.
Again. They're set to play the winner of Nichols and Alcorn State out of the Southland and the SWAC conferences. Wright State and Bryant out of Horizon and NEC. They're going to play Arizona. Those are the buy-in automatic qualifiers. So those are the games that will play, what is that, the Thursday before the tournament?
Right.
Moving forward into the West, got North Texas out of the Conference USA West, Vermont out of American East, Seattle out of, I can't figure out what conference, that's, I suck on my research. Loyola Chicago out of the Missouri Valley Conference, and St. Peter's.
There's a lot of conferences, though, yo.
You got out in the South region, you got Norfolk State out of the MEAC, South Dakota in the Summit, Princeton out of the Ivy League, Colgate out of the Patriot, Boise State out of the Mountain West, Duke out of the ACC, and Jacksonville State out of the ASUN West. East holds Kansas out of the Big 12, Long Beach State, Big West, Murray State, RVC, Houston, American, Illinois, Big 10, Toledo, MAC, Longwood, Big South North, Georgia State, Sun Belt, Arizona out of the Pac-12, Providence, Big East, Chattanooga, Southern, Davidson, A-10, Montana State, Big West, Auburn, SEC, and Delaware, CAA. Now, your last 4 buys are Michigan, Rutgers, Notre Dame, and Creighton, but I think Michigan is a bust because they lost to Indiana today. And Indiana is one of the first 4 out. Them along with Dayton, BYU, and Virginia. So this weekend's going to be pretty good.
Indiana just beat Michigan today.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So Michigan, they're going to drop somewhere if they even make the tournament now.
Syracuse was fighting, but then they fell to Duke like by a bucket.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap for Syracuse. They might be NIT now.
Yeah. I mean, but NIT is fun too. Walt Clyde Frazier won an NIT. It's something. Well, he won it when it was the tournament, but I'm just saying. Yeah, because there was no NCAA tournament then.
Nah.
But good stuff, man. And I love this time of year. I always look forward to it, man. I always try. I end up doing like 4 or 5 bracket pages, and they all end up getting wrecked. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a badge of honor if it like gets wrecked late. If you get wrecked early, then it's corny. But if it gets wrecked late, then there's a little bit of pride in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look out for it. You got to keep your eyes on it. You got to know the matchups. You got to know those matchups. Got to know.
I mean, but even with those matchups, boy, them last second, them 2.1 second and 1.3 second baskets change so much.
Yeah, but you gotta know to even, who's even going to be in it to compete to have a last second shot chance.
But once you in there, darn it, every team that's playing got a chance to hit that last second basket. Be breaking hearts, left and right. Be seeing crying teenagers like all over the place, and happy people cutting down, doing vandalism, cutting down nets and stuff for the others. You know what I mean? Cutting down people's nets,
throwing provisions everywhere.
What the Nets have to do with anybody? Nobody. The Nets wasn't bothering nobody. You got cut down nets. Nah, I'm messing around. That's just hot. You know what I mean? Yeah. I cut down nets in 2K.
Right on, me too.
You cut down those nets yet, MJ? MG the Great?
I don't play 2K.
¿Por qué no?
It's not fun to me. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Tú estoy loco.
I still hoop. You know what I mean? I
still 7:30, bro. No.
I'm still next to the game. Like,
nah, I feel you. I don't hoop no more. My knees hurt.
My problem. Back. I'll be on the courts too.
Nah, literally, and a lot of people don't have the same opinion. So here's my time to preach it. I used to like live. I used to like live way more than 2K because there was an entertainment aspect of it. There's a lot of reality to 2K. I give it its credit, but in that reality, it sucks. And then the glitches along with the reality is just sometimes you pass the big man the ball under the basket and he goes into a whole move, and I'm like, dude, I just wanted you to just dunk on some entertainment shit. Like, it ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not fun.
Now you're trying to do your triple threat under the basket with all I want you to do is dunk the shit.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really that fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you got to know each shooter's, trigger point live. Just pull up. Bing. Let's go. You know what I mean? I got Reggie Miller. I got Tim Hardaway. We shooting threes if you want to shoot threes.
Yeah, fair.
We having fun.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? I got Vince Carter. It don't matter who you got under the rim. They getting this 360. Windmill. Boom. Right in the middle of the game. Man, let's have some fun, son.
Fair.
Yeah, you didn't have to wait to get all these badges, even though your dunk is like already at 90. You still got to get these takeoff badges and
in order to actually make them look good and stuff.
Yeah,
you the most garbage 90 on the. You the most garbage 90 ever. You know what I mean?
Not to mention that you got to buy the dunk packages. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My next issue is it's repetitive. That along with Madden, you know what I mean? Once I play it for a week, I'm like, God, it's a lot of fantastic games out there. So I'm out there playing Hades. I'm out there playing Ori of the Wisp. I'm playing a lot of different games that's like, man, why? Man, forget 2K. I'm over here with this.
2K got me. Now, again, I just, we were talking yesterday, as a matter of fact. I just got the next gen PS5. I know Big Lou got the Xbox next gen. Yeah. And I've had it for about a week now.
Okay.
And so I'm like level 3. You know, I've played some rooftop games. Okay, so now they have these missions, you know, to go along with the season. They intertwine even, so you have to come out of the quote unquote my career realm and do these things if you want to progress. You know what I mean? So they got you at Brickley's gym, working out with Katie and them and Westbrook and them and going 3-on-3s against them. They got you battling these other crews all
they made
throughout.
Their own little metaverse.
Yo, I mean, it is so much more submersive than Park was.
Yeah.
Because Park could get repetitive, and you can't get games half the time because, you know, if you're of a certain level, they don't want to play with you. So, you know what I mean? You got to sit there and wait forever. Here, there's always a game to play. You know what I mean? And there's always, dude, you want to make a song, you can make a song. I did a runway thing earlier today. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got fashion. Dude, it's too again,
it's too much. I got Tony Hawk to play, man. I got Mario to play.
Yeah, I love Tony Hawk.
You know what I mean? Like, I got all 3 systems. I got Switch, Xbox, and the P5. The P5's still sitting in the damn box because I need a souped up TV to take advantage of the bitch. I ain't taking it out the box if I ain't getting the full experience. I can play the Xbox for that. I got the Xbox Series S. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Like, I got different, like, dude, that's my experiment right now.
You realize that people watch this show, right? Don't people asking what you got, bro? You from New York, you know better. I don't need nobody. Let's don't do nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Just enjoy the show.
I live in a different part. I wish it would. Anyway, now I'm experiencing the gaming on different levels, and I'm really realizing it's different levels because, you know what I mean, you're talking about 2K is very involved and it's very futuristic, and I got an 8-bit game
console
that's fire.
True.
That's fire. That is, yo, like, I can't even get off the damn second board.
Whoa.
I feel you, though. I feel you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this with some JP's Wrestling Town. And now it's time for some Wrestling Town with your main man, JP the Franchise. Let's go.
Hey everybody, I am back right here for another Wrestling Town segment with your boy JP from YouTube. It's just JP. And I'll tell you what, Revolution this past Sunday was phenomenal. One of the greatest pay-per-views ever. The best pay-per-view so far in 2022. Man, I tell you what, it was just action-packed, and we had, you know, some people coming over to as well from the WWE, and now they are part of AEW. But man, let's start off with the opening match. Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho was the opener. Really fire match, great match right there. Jericho being the old Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston the way that he sells the way that he's aggressive too as well with the suplexes. Jericho just pulling out all the stops, his old moves and everything. But at the end of the day, Eddie Kingston picked up the victory over Chris Jericho. Really great match. If you haven't checked out the match, please check out that match. After the match, Jericho's supposed to shake Eddie Kingston's hand, and unfortunately, he refused, and he walked out and said, you know, I forget him, man. And then you got to check out what happened this past Wednesday on Dynamite, man. All I can tell you is Jericho got a new inner circle. But it was a great match. It was a killer match, though. So shout out to both those guys for walking. Then we have the next match right here. We had the Tag Team Championships on the line. Red Dragon, Kalawali, and Bobby Fish versus Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Man, I love that theme song. Like, everybody gets so hyped on that theme song, Jungle Boy. They be just doing this and waving and all that, you know. So rest in peace, Luke Perry too, by the way. You know, his son's doing great. Versus the Young Bucks, man. I love the swag and the hillish ways and everything. Like, they got swag for days. They got that guy out there spraying them and everything. Really great match. It was a better match than the first match, so it kind of just made it even better because everybody's competing just to have the best match on the card and everything. And it was a great match. A lot of high fly, a lot of super kicks and everything, and a lot of false finishes. I love the fact that Red Dragon and Young Bucks, they just could not get along, especially because it's only one championship. It's not it's not no double championships and everything. This is tag team championships here, so only one tag team will get it. So they had to fight each other instead of double teaming on Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. But Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy got the victory, though. Luchasaurus looked good in the match, the biggest man. You know, everybody looked good. Great match overall, though. So definitely check that out too as well. Then we had Jade Cargill coming out, 28-0, TBS Championship on the line, facing Tay Conti. Pretty good, all right match. It was just something just to watch, though. Jade Cargill is 29-0. Jade Cargill looking really good. Very cocky. Was mocking Tay Conti. Tay Conti got her looks in and everything, but at the end, Jade Cargill with a really good finisher, really good athlete. She looks really good. I love the person that was playing the guitar for her interest. He was killing it. But yeah, she's 29-0, TBS title. Hey, no looking back to as well. So shout out to both those girls. Then we had the Face of the Revolution ladder match. We had Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Christian Cage, Orange Cassidy, and Ricky Starks. That match was really good too as well. I knew that Wardlow was going to win the match somehow because it's teasing that face turn of Wardlow, just to make him look good, because we're going to see possible MJF Wardlow rivalry. So I can't wait to see that. So Orange Cassidy was just so creative, man. He was so funny, man, in this match, man. I couldn't help but just laugh the way with his creativity. And then you had the big guys going at each other. Christian Cage with experience in ladder matches. Ricky Starks being Ricky Starks. I just love the match overall. I just love the pace of the match, and Wardlow pushing Powerhouse Hobbs and Keith Lee through the table, and then Wardlow powerbomb Ricky Starks through the ladder, picked up the victory, got the brass ring, and won the match right there. So now Wardlow get a chance to go at the TNT Championship against either Sammy Guevara or Scorpio Sky. They faced each other this past Wednesday night in Dynamite. Hit! There's a new champion. I'm not going to go into that because we're still talking about Revolution, though. So, but yeah, congratulations to Wardlow. And I can't wait to see what he's going to do a little bit later, too, in that match with CM Punk and MJF. So I just can't wait for that. Then we got the match right here. We got the dog collar match, CM Punk versus MJF. Brutal match, but a really great story too as well. I love the fact that MJF came out. They did the CM Punk, music. Everybody was getting hyped up. Then they cut it off, play MJF's music. It was smart. It was mind games right there. And MJF come out with a game look on his face and everything. Wasn't even laughing, wasn't even cocky or joking or anything. He was serious. He was ready to go. Now, that was good, too. That was good. Then CM Punk came out to his old Ring of Honor theme. See, this is this is really awesome because, you had that promo on Dynamite where MJF did CM Punk's promo from Ring of Honor talking about Raven. And It was really good. It was really good. And then now he's coming out with his Ring of Honor theme. Then he got the Gil from Ring of Honor. Oh man, he just made me feel like a kid again with the flashback throwback to Ring of Honor. So he came out, game look on his face too as well. I love the pace of the match. I love the blood. I love the intensity. Like, they were going at it. I love that they sold the behinds off. Like, MJF was selling on the head. And see the tombstones. I mean, everything was great. Like, it was great. And Tax coming in, like, oh man, that superplex through the Tax to CM Punk. And then MJF had a chance, he was calling out Wolo, and that's the biggest pop of the night, I think. So Wolo came out, and MJF was demanding for the diamond ring and all that, and he couldn't find it. And he just kept looking and looking, and MJF's like, "You only got one job." Then CM Punk came out, hit him with a go to. Then CM Punk got up, hit him with the go to sleep. MJF got on the thumbtacks, and he saw his behind off, just the eyes and everything. I just love MJF's walk and him as a heel. He's just great. Then Wole actually found the diamond ring and gave it to CM Punk and walked off, and everybody was popping huge for it. And CM Punk hit MJF with the diamond ring, and 1, 2, 3, game over right there. So CM Punk won the match, which we expected to be, especially like trying to get his revenge back against MJF. Well, they told a really good story. That was the hottest feud in wrestling, I think, because like, it just told a really good story from November to now. Like, that feud was so good. I might have to watch it again because it was so much of a great feud. Like, shout out to both CM Punk and MJF, man. That was just great. Just great work by them two. Then we had the women's title match. We had Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. It was an okay match. It was a stale match. Everybody was expecting Thunder Rosa to do something, like to win the title, and fortunately she didn't. She lost to Britt Baker, and it just wasn't a great match. I just think it was just a match just to, they just had to find a way to put this match in, because that dog collar match was just phenomenal. So there's no way you could do something better than that. So, but yeah, Britt Baker won the match, and then we got the Tornado Trio match right here. We had Darby Allin, we had Sting, and we had Sammy Guevara going up against Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy. And really good. It was a pretty good match and everything, but at the end, Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara pick up the victory. I love the Sting spot so much. Sting, 60-something years old, with the splash from the top of the... he was high too, and he put his body on the line and went through the table. I was like screaming, like, "Oh my God!" Hey, yeah. Sting, man, Sting is crazy, man. But man, when it comes to work, man, Sting knows what he's doing out there. He knows what he's doing out there. It doesn't take much though, but people love Sting, man. And Darby Allin botch finish right there with the Cauldron drop, and he missed Matt Hardy and then pinned him. It was just a bad. That's the only part I just didn't like was the ending, because Darby missed him completely on that. Matt Hardy was a little too far though, but yeah, he missed him completely though. But they pick up the victory though.
Matt moved.
Then we had our main event. We had Adam Cole, baby, versus the AEW champion, Adam Page. Oh, actually, before we get into it, I forgot this match. We had, why did I forget this match? I'm so crazy. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, man. Classic match, man. Classic match. Both bled. They were fighting. Like, it was a great match. Like, it was wrestling. It told a great story. And then Jon Moxley picked up the victory over Bryan Danielson over a pin, and then they started fighting after that. And guess who came out? William Regal. Everybody popped huge for William Regal coming out and then talking about it was great just to see William Regal. Well deserved too, because man, I don't even know what WWE is doing over there with NXT and all that and the developmental. I mean, it was just sad to see they had to let him go, unfortunately, which is sad. But I'm glad that he's getting a shot right there with AEW, man. He's gonna do great with AEW, especially with Tony Khan purchasing Ring of Honor. They'll try to make it into a developmental territory, I believe, and William Regal might be part of that too. So I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. But man, it's so great to see William Regal. Came out, did a promo, talking to Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, slapped both of them. Was like, y'all should be a tag team right here. And they shook hands, became a tag team. Check it out with their tag team action on Wednesday. this past Wednesday on Dynamite. You won't miss a beat right there, though. But shout out to Will Wiggle, though. It was great, man. But it was a great match with that. Now we'll get to the AEW Championship with Adam Page and Adam Cole. Good match. I love the pace. Everything was so good. There was no interference. It was just a match. It was a match. And you would think Adam Cole was going to win it. Then you think Adam Page was going to win it. I mean, they were going back and forth. It was great. But at the end of the day, Cowboy did Cowboy again. So Adam Page picking the victory over to Adam Cole 1-2-3, and he is still your AEW champion. So great pay-per-view, classic pay-per-view, the best pay-per-view of the year to me so far in 2022. We'll see how WrestleMania will respond to that, because that was pretty much the WrestleMania right there, Revolution. That was a great show. So we'll see how WrestleMania will respond right there. So, but yes, that was another edition of Wrestling Town segment. I'm JP. Shout out to Coach Fire and the crew. Get back to them, man. Y'all enjoy your rest of your night. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
My main man.
All right.
JP the franchise, always laying it down. I know y'all probably heard me in the background while he was doing his thing. Revolution was freaking fire, bro. Oh my gosh. Dude, now again, I'm a wrestling fan from the 80s. This company, man, AEW is doing it absolutely right. Absolutely right. But before I divert any further, because I can divert much further. And Nancy Lewis, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the love. We definitely appreciate it.
Yes.
And
for those that don't know, that is Mrs. Lewis.
I was not trying to blow the spot, but right on.
Yeah, no, she loves us. She loves us. She loves to show her support, and you know.
Nancy's fire too, yo. Nancy is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Known her a long time, yo. She's the truth. So, in the NFL regular style, there's been a bunch of little noises being made lately, mainly by the whiny Aaron Rodgers, crying that he needs more attention and more love, and so the Packers gave it to him with a 4-year, $200 million contract, of which $153 million is fully guaranteed. So, fans, feel free to go find Aaron Rodgers and ask him for a discount double check. He needs
more attention. Start an OnlyFans.
He probably has one, bro, for his hair. I mean, because Charles Barkley said it best. He's the dude he's the girl you gotta tell is pretty every day.
Yeah. Yo. That's accurate, though.
It is. It's wildly accurate, yo. And you know what's funny? If he don't win a Super Bowl in this next 4 years, it'll be 15 years that the quote-unquote best quarterback in football has been winless in a Super Bowl. I'm going to get on him later. Because Russell Wilson is a Denver Bronco, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, which I'm not not too surprised by that. I can see him making a good fit there.
Yeah, he and him, but Sierra, I don't know. I could have sworn she was still trying to be an entertainer. You know, I don't think the wilderness is like the best place for entertainment careers. But
hey, she's gonna be getting.
Who gave you that idea? Money? A single? No. What?
Wow. Okay. And in other news, Carson Wentz is now a Commander.
Yes, interesting.
Wait, where's my Commanders? Well, can't find it. Yes. To me, well, what are y'all thoughts on that first? What are y'all thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, you know, fairly felt bad. It's like, you know, I guess with the relationship analogy, you know, it's like the ex, you felt bad for the way things ended, so they got back together, tried to work it out, and it still didn't work. So, gone somewhere.
Okay, that's fair. What do you think, MG?
I don't really care.
That's fair too. That's fair
Makes no
too.
difference to me.
Yeah, I mean, now,
Not gonna make it.
I know Frank Reich liked him. I know that. But I know Irsay probably didn't. I know Irsay was not a fan.
Yeah.
Even though they almost made the playoffs this year, and even though they've had 5 different quarterbacks in the last 5 years, guys, have we realized that?
Yeah.
They had Phillip Rivers last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
How is Frank Reich ever going to get a system together when you keep jettisoning quarterbacks left and right? And honestly, in this quarterback market right now, yes, it's the shuffle of the paper, ladies and gentlemen. Jameis is still out there. Mitch Trubisky's still out there. 49ers haven't let Jimmy go yet, so he may or may not be out there. Jared Goff might be out there. Sam Darnold might be out there. Trevor Siemian, Marcus Mariota, Teddy Bridgewater, and Tyrod Taylor.
And with those names he mentioned, 3 of those are also on the prospect list for the Steelers.
Yeah, and here's the deal. How many of those guys are better than Carson Wentz? Who are you getting to replace him? Is my point. You know what I mean? If Jimmy G don't hit the market, or if he does, and as you said, Lou, the Steelers go get him, who the Colts going for?
Bridgewater.
You think so?
Oh.
I mean, I'd love to see Teddy get another job, but
if he can stay healthy, he's better.
Fair. I mean, but I don't think he's better than Carson Wentz, even healthy. I don't. Not now. Maybe once. Or, to me, Teddy had more potential. But after that major injury when he was up there in Minnesota, he struggled to get back to who that was. But I still like Teddy. I like Teddy and I like Tyrod. But they're great to teach young quarterbacks how to play this game. But y'all almost went to the playoffs last year. This ain't the time to be trying to rebuild or whatever that is. You know what I mean? And when you got, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There was a star defensive player on that team. His name escapes me at the time. He tweeted out the day that it happened, his frustration as he wished Carson farewell. You know what I mean? Dude, quietly, the Colts are a really jacked up organization. Folk ain't really talking about it. But when you really look, I mean, they got Peyton hurt, that offensive line, that same offensive line, or the same team's offensive line got Andrew Luck knocked out of the league. That dude don't even want to look at the football again. You know what I mean? And then after that, you've had a string of 5 different quarterbacks in the last 5 years. Jim Irsay is not doing well as an owner. He's not hiring the right people. They're not keeping any kind of consistency over there. But oh well.
What do you mean no consistency?
Well, yeah, they consistently suck and getting quarterback. And last but not least, in movement news, Khalil Mack is now a Los Angeles Charger. That happened That happened a little earlier this evening. So that's the latest breaking news. Khalil Mack no longer Chicago Bear. Khalil Mack now a Los Angeles Charger. Well, y'all think they trying to beef up that defense like the Rams did?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all are not the Rhymes. Oh, sorry, Flash. My bad. Yo. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, if you are around your televisions on Sunday, March 13th at 9 p.m. on TV One, the television show Unsung featuring hip-hop star Monie Love. You get to hear Monie Love's story. That's what's up. Check it out. And if y'all didn't see the Soul For Real episode that just aired last Sunday, check that out too. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got love for Unsung on this show. So it's good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Unsung.
Great stories. You know what I mean? Great shout out to the people, to the producers. You know what I mean? There's great people over there.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So if y'all got eyes on that, go check that out and dig that. And we'll tell them what to do, man.
Y'all know the deal. Go to the site, watch the previous episode. You can catch this replay right there immediately. Go to the other social media handles, like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. And
help us grow, baby.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can't grow without y'all. You know what I mean? So let's make it happen. Peace and love. And until next week.
Until next week, my peoples.
Peace. And don't forget to be great to someone other than yourself.
Philosophy. I digs it. Candid Corner, y'all. We will see you next week.
Welcome to the Candid Corner. 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 Your number one spot for hip-hop, classic hip-hop, today's hip-hop. You talk about sports, you talking about Knicks, you talking about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here, Coach Bob, Mr. Lewis, the